Hello, this is Les from A Little Bit of This and That. Welcome to your Earth reading for the week of August 8th. I'm going to be using the Celtic Tree Ogham, the Viking Futhark Runes. I have some Gaia cards, Oracle cards, Chakra cards, and an Animal Spirit Oracle cards. Alright, thanks for joining me, and let's get right down to it. Alright, the main theme for this week is coming through by this Ogham, which is the Ogham of the tree holly. Holly is a really special tree. Of course, we always think of holly from Christmas and such, but if you think of holly leaves, they're shiny, bright, but they're kind of prickly. They have little prickles on the side. And so for the theme for this week is kind of look at yourself. Are things happening in your life that you're being a little too prickly about, that you're being, aggressive and getting all upset about and being negative to people? So kind of temper your response. Maybe try to understand where someone's coming from, maybe what's happening, and more go with the flow, kind of take it in hand. Also, the holly is also associated with the spear of Lu, which is a spear that has like an arrow at the top. And that's kind of interesting too, because that is, spears are your protection. Also, it can point the way to go. So maybe it's better in dealing with people to be less prickly, maybe a little more welcoming to whatever the changes are. Doesn't mean you have to just accept it or really not believe in it, but maybe approach it in a little easier, friendly, more connecting manner. The two runes that I drew to go with this is, the first one is Need, and this one is in Merkstave, and that means it's reversed. Normally Need looks this way, and so it's in reverse. And Need kind of is what it says. It's you're needing help. But since it's in Merkstave, and going along with the holly is being kind of prickly, kind of not responding well to people, being a little standoffish. This Need is kind of saying that you don't think you need any help, but maybe you do. Maybe you should, don't be so prickly, don't shut out people. If they offer you help and you don't think you need help, maybe kind of see where that's coming from. Maybe you do need help. Maybe their friendship, their connection would really help you get through this hard time. So that's kind of interesting. The other rune I drew for the main theme is called Daeg. And Daeg is all about really starting over, changing the way you act, changing the way maybe you handle things, you do things. So this whole week is kind of telling you to, settle down, maybe don't be aggressive, don't get offended, and just kind of go with the flow and see how it goes. It might be better for you. Then your attitude for this week is the Ogham of Oak, which is thinking of the oak tree. They're big, they're strong, they're majestic, they're wonderful. So you have enough strength. You're a very strong person. You want to do what you want to do. You have the knowledge and the steadfastness to get the thing done. Also be grounded. So in these changes, think to your strength. It could be very helpful. And it's in you. You can do this. You can do this change. The rune that goes with this is Perthro, and this is the rune of mystery. Now, last week's reading was all about mystery. That interesting, different something was going to happen. So hopefully something different and interesting happened to you. Something totally happened to me. It was not what I expected. So maybe this is a little runoff from last week, that there's still things happening, things coming on that is not all settled. And interesting with the holly being prickly, like last week for me, I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to be doing this, but it's all actually going to be good. It kind of pushed me in a way that I really didn't want to go, but I think it will be worthwhile. The challenge for this week is this beautiful Ogham, let me get it so you can see it, of this is you. This is from the yew tree. And this is actually, in the simplest term, it's the Ogham of death. But that doesn't mean physical death, though it can be. A lot of these trees were in cemeteries in England and around old churches. But you can think of death too, or the change of letting go of something, because that's part of it. And in looking at this reading, it's letting go of being stubborn and not wanting to make a change, and accepting it and being negative about it. So that kind of, okay, it's the challenge. Don't have your usual, or maybe not usual, but maybe in this situation, whatever is happening to you, have a negative attitude. Try having a positive attitude, even if it's something you maybe don't really want to do, but go for it, try it. That's kind of interesting. Then the rune that goes with this is Ansus. And Ansus, this is in Merkstave, so this is reversed. And Ansus is all about communication. And so obviously the communication is a little off this week. And that might be why you're upset with the holly and with the you letting go of things. That, watch the communication. Make sure you're understanding what is being said. You may not fully understand it, and you're misinterpreting what's being offered to you, and it could be a good thing for you. In regards to your health, we have the Ogham of alder. And alder is all about, it's a tree that is more in like along riversides where the ground is very wet. And so it's all about a strong tree that is strong on the top surface, but also strong root system underneath. And so that kind of tells me that your feelings underneath, that maybe through all this, kind of wait and see how your feelings go. Maybe don't lash out so fast. You may be feeling down deep inside that, oh, this is not the right thing for me, I don't want to do this. But maybe it's going to be okay, but don't say it at the moment. Kind of keep it to yourself and kind of see how things go. Kind of play it close to the vest a little bit and kind of go with whatever changes are happening. And this is the rune of Kenaz, and this is in Merkstave too. So Kenaz is usually being focused and then expanding, but here you can see the lines are coming down and coming to focus. So maybe whatever's happening is confusing, you're not sure of what's going on, but as the week goes on, things will clarify and come to the point, and it will kind of come together. And then the final Ogham for this week is this one. This is ash. Sorry about that. This is the ash Ogham. And ash is a beautiful tree. It is a tree of connections and understanding. And so it really kind of fits the path for this week, being that you are on a new path. You're changing the way you feel about something, kind of going with it, and making new connections. By being open, friendly, and accepting the changes, you are actually making connections with the people you're dealing with. And this may bring you more joy, and you won't be excluded. The rune that accentuates this is Birok, and this is actually the rune of family. So with the path being ash of connection, maybe it has to do with your family a little more too, connecting to your family, maybe getting along with them, things are happening, but it also could be at work too, where you're forming a new family of friends, a new family of co-workers, and you're feeling connected. And versus maybe with the holly being prickly, maybe you always kind of felt a little standoffish, and they may have thought you were standoffish. So this might really open it up that you are approachable, and you will be included, and you will feel more connected. And thus, then whatever the changes are, it'll turn out into be a good thing. Okay, let's go to the oracle cards. This beautiful card is an oracle card of Gaia, and it says Goddess of Creation, Transformation, Creativity, and wholeness. And that really kind of fits with this whole reading. In that transformation, you are having a new attitude, how you work with people. Obviously something creative is happening, business, home, family. What else? Oh, also too, it's the card of trying too hard. Maybe you're pushing too hard. You need to take it easy, have time for yourself and rest. So within these changes, they're all good, but don't try so hard. Give it off to the universe. Say what you want, how you want this to end up, but then let it go and think of what's really important to you, and work towards that, and don't worry about the rest. And don't try too hard, because then you're just kind of hurting yourself. The chakra to pay attention to this week is the crown chakra. So that kind of tells me that with all this going on, connect with your spirits, with your spirit guide. Connect with, whoever, what God you hold deep in your heart, and kind of look inside, and through their help, see how you feel about this, and do the transforming that this card said you wanted to do. Change, become a better person and a happier person. The last card I drew was an animal spirit card, and this little fella is the Enchedema, and it's about personal protection. And this is just so fun that this card come up, because look at his little fur. I mean, he is totally, looks like a holly with the little prickles coming out of him. And that's exactly what this little guy does. I believe he's from Australia, New Zealand. And when he's threatened, he rolls up in a little ball, digs in the ground, and all you can see is his little spikes. And so with the holly, I mean, how appropriate is that? The same thing, being too prickly, hiding yourself away, you're not unapproachable, people can't get to you. So if you respond that way, you can see how you're not going to be included, you're going to feel excluded, you maybe feel more angry, and that's not what this week is about. This week is about transforming, changing your attitude, and connecting with your family, co-workers, whatever your community is. Let me just look at everything one more time just to see if I see anything more. It looks pretty good. Okay, with Holly too, make sure you're being fair. Don't try to take advantage of the situation. Always be positive, always for the good. Okay, well, thank you so much for listening to my reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I just wanted to say one fun thing that I'm going to do for the first 50 subscribers who like and subscribe. I am going to give a free mini reading of my earth elements. So I'll list the information below. Just subscribe and like me, and then what I'll do is I'll do a little quick video for you, just personally, something special for you. So I hope you take advantage of that. Have a great day. Enjoy every moment. Thank you. Bye-bye.